Hey there, I'm Vince Sims with NBC5, and thanks for joining us for this Community Conversations. We have Dr. Patricia Simons with us today. She is a dentist. Thanks so much for being in here.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me today.
You are welcome. I'm glad I brushed and flossed today because I feel like you're going to be looking at my teeth now.
They're
I always
perfect,
feel that.
I promise.
Thank you so much. We thank you for being here with us. We're going to talk a lot about your passions and your children's books, but also want to talk to you, first of all, about your background. You know, tell us about Dr. Simons.
No worries, of course, of course. So as you mentioned, my name is Dr. Patricia Simons, and I'm a general dentist. My niche within dentistry is treating geriatric, special needs, and underserved populations. Also a clinical professor, love to educate, mentor. And then I just recently launched my book series. So it's under my business, Toothlopedia LLC, and I authored Inside Doc's Toothlopedia. And so I'm just really excited to be here with you all today. A little bit of background about myself. My family's from Nigeria, and I'm also born and raised here in Dallas, Texas. And I have a wonderful husband, Mr. Gregory Simons, and he's my Chief Support Officer, my CSO. And then also we have a little bundle of joy joining us here today. And so we're all just really happy to be here with you.
All right. Congratulations on your bundle of joy
Thank
and all
you.
that you're doing. We're going to get a little bit more into the books in just a moment, but let's talk first of all, what got you into wanting to be a dentist?
Well, growing up, I just always loved taking care of people. I really liked being in the health field early on. I was always volunteering. I was in nursing homes. I was volunteering at the hospitals. And honestly, I've always loved teeth. I just didn't tell my friends growing up. They didn't need to know that. And then I also like using my hands. So I love drawing, sculpting, anything I can get, fine motor skills, you name it. So when you combine all of that together, that's dentistry. And this profession just allows me to use my gifts to bless others and to do my mission and pay it forward to the community. And so I love that I can use my degree to do what I love, which is taking care of people, educating, mentoring, and so forth.
So I want to ask you about your journey getting into this field and going down this route. What was that like for you? Were there any challenges, or what were you lacking maybe as you went this route?
I would say growing up, I didn't really have easy access to dentistry. And I remember my first time going to the dentist was my freshman year of high school. And so I wish I had more resources readily available to me on how to maintain my oral health, take care of myself, and even just expose me to the field. But once I went to the dentist my first year of high school, and I saw someone that looked like me, and she exposed me to the field, I took it and ran with it. And so ever since then, I've just had mentors in my corner along the way to help guide me through the right steps towards going towards dentistry.
And as you were saying, did you see a lot of people that looked like you as you were trying to, go this route?
I didn't see a lot of people that looked like me, but I sought them out, and they existed. And now I have the opportunity to be one of those people. So just for example, being a female in the field, it was a male-dominated field, or being a minority in the field, that's not something I saw often. So my first time going to the dentist, I had a young female Black doctor. And so to me, that was amazing. And she helped to guide me into the field. So I feel like it's my mission to pay it forward to the community that way as well.
And so we're going to go ahead and let it be known, as you said, you do have a little one on the way.
Yes.
I've been informed that they do cause heat sometimes. So if you see her having to do a little blotting here, it's quite all right. You go right ahead. We understand.
Thank you so much.
And I'm sure the viewers will.
Thank you.
So, as you said, is it as important to you to now give back and be that representation? Kind of tell me a little bit about how you go about doing that.
So for me, my mission in dentistry has been to pay forward my knowledge and to educate and to mentor, as I previously mentioned. So not apart from teaching and educating and doing mission work and serving the underserved populations, I now have the ability to provide a resource to the community, and the best way to do it is my books. And so that's how I went about starting that. Growing up, I enjoyed learning, and I enjoyed reading encyclopedias, and I feel like these days people don't even know what an encyclopedia is. I asked one child last week, and he said, "Do you mean Wikipedia?" And I said, "No, an encyclopedia." So I decided to make my own Toothlopedia, right? And so, as I said, I wish I had a resource like this growing up. So
I've developed something that I want to share with the community and take a more preventative approach to dentistry with my books.
And as you said, it's like encyclopedia, but it's Toothlopedia.
It's Toothlopedia.
Toothlopedia. So let's talk a little bit about the books. What are these books? What are the stories?
So I'll say, just like an encyclopedia, my Toothlopedia is going to build off the different volumes that you've read previously. So each volume, you're building off what you learned before. Purposely made the books diverse when I designed the characters. So I did do the initial designs, the concept, the storyline. And my mission whenever I created this books was to create something that was very exciting, very lively, very welcoming, and can help children have a very positive outlook on dentistry. So I love these books. My team is Team Toothlopedia. Each of my characters have a purpose in that book, and my main character is Mr. Magni. He's my magnifying glass. So when you look through him, he brings the words you're learning through life. And so if you would like, I would like to go over each volume with you.
Sure. Let's talk a little bit about them. Give us the highlights of them a little bit.
Highlights of them. So volume 1 covers terms A through E. So you're going to be learning about appointment. You're going to be learning about brushing, cavities, flossing. And then volumes 2 covers terms F through N. And you're learning about fluoride, you're learning about numbers, counting your teeth, and so forth. And then as you go towards the end of the book, it's going to cover the words that you've learned, and then also have a quiz at the end for the family. And I also developed my coloring activities book that's full of all kinds of puzzles, and you can show your artistic skills, but you're learning at the same time. So although the books are a storyline, I've woven in lessons so that we can teach children how to take a more proactive approach to their dental health, be excited about dentistry, have a positive outlook about dentistry. And this is a team effort with the family. So we want the children to be engaged with their parents or their grandparents or their siblings and friends, and to learn from each other.
Okay. Why is it important that we give children this type of outlet and education about tooth health?
So it's important because what we do as we're younger, it's a domino effect into how we are when we're older. So if we can take a preventive approach to preventing the cavities, the periodontal disease, and I just feel like it'll impact our overall well-being in a positive way. So for example, what goes on in the mouth can affect your heart, it can affect strokes, it can affect all kinds of cardiovascular issues. So if we can start early on educating our children to be healthier, they're going to be healthier overall.
All right, let me go ahead and ask this question, because kids are often, either nervous about the dentist or, they just are not wanting to brush for whatever reason. How do we work kids into that to make them like, hey, you need to brush, it's fun to brush, and dentists can be fun.
So you want to teach them that developing these oral habits is very fun and exciting and welcoming. So if you're at home and you're a parent, do it with them. And you can sing a song, time how long you're brushing your teeth for 2 minutes, read books like this together that are welcoming, exciting, and fun, and not scary images, and just take away that stigma that dentistry is a scary thing, and tie it into how it's helping them to keep a healthy smile and that they're going to be happy overall. So you want to make it as fun and welcoming as possible for the children whenever you're trying to implement some of these oral habits.
All right. Parent to soon-to-be parent here. We're talking about, I'll just let you know, whatever we go with, boys sometimes seem to be a little harder to work with and get them to brush their teeth. My son was that way, so I'm just giving you that heads up.
No worries. Sometimes you have to create a character. I know a lot of people use the tooth fairy or the pirate that they want to use that brushes their teeth. They're not like, and so whatever you can do to get the child excited to brush, that's my recommendation. And it's important to do it with them. So they see that mommy's doing it, daddy's doing it, siblings are doing it. It's a team effort with the family.
All right. Dr. Simons, is there anything else you want to add? Anything else you want to share with us that you want to make sure we know?
I just want everyone to just pay it forward to each other. We're all learning from each other. And again, team effort is my mission, is to make sure that we're teaching each other. And, whenever you go to the dentist, children can also share what they're learning with their own dentist, and make it just really exciting and warm. It's going to be a group effort to really take a more preventative approach as we're trying to spread good, positive oral health to the community. So just really want to stress how important it is to take that preventative approach.
All right, Dr. Simons, Toothlopedia. If people want to find out more, the books, follow along with you, how do they go about doing that?
So they can check out my website is www.toothlopedia.com, or they can also email me if they're interested in bulk orders or author copies, and my email is docstoothlopedia@gmail.com. And then I also have my books available on Amazon for purchase. And anything, Instagram, Facebook, if you search Doc's Toothlopedia, inside Doc's Toothlopedia, it'll come up as well.
Doc's Toothlopedia.
Doc's
Search
Toothlopedia.
that out and you'll be able to find it.
Yes.
Dr. Simons, thanks so much for sharing with us today and with what you're doing. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me today. I'm really honored. I appreciate you.
You're welcome.